Alright, I guess we're good to start then. So, hello everyone, I'm Aaron, gonna be doing ADF, new game, normal difficulty, Fang only, no DLC. It's quite the name for a category, I know, I'll explain a bit. We're going to do this
the name for a
once we
category,
start,
I
so
know, but I'll explain a bit.
I'm gonna change a few settings
before we start.
once we start, only have
so
one.
I'm gonna change a few settings before we start. I only have one DLC, which is the extra difficulties, because of running hell mode last year. But as you can imagine, that doesn't really matter for this run. So, are we doing English voices or JP voices? In the meantime, I'm gonna be changing the rest of the settings. We're doing English, okay. So my settings look fine. So I'm gonna do a countdown and then I'm going to start the run in a second. And before I forget, I'm gonna mute live split. Just in case. Okay, so I'm gonna start the run in 3, 2, 1, now. So we are going to finish the game from a fresh file on normal difficulty by using only Fang for the entire game. There is only one exception to this rule because the game literally forces a character on a cutscene and then gives us a boss fight immediately after, so we don't have time to open the menu to remove the character for the fight. But she doesn't get targeted at all in that boss fight, so it doesn't really matter. So we start on the jail. We have to escape from this place, and for that we need to kill specific guards that drop keys to open the gates to proceed through the dungeon. So I'm gonna kill a bunch of them. I got back attack there, doesn't really matter. I'm gonna do very specific SP routing for this place because I need SP to finish all counters somewhat quickly. And so when you open a door using a key, there's a hidden invisible wall that will not disappear until the animation is done playing. So I'm basically gonna be like opening doors and then I'm gonna dash away to do something else and then I'll come back while the animation is playing. We don't need that guard there. He drops a key that is not needed to progress through the dungeon. So I'm gonna kill the captain with a fireball and then we have just barely enough SP to shooting slash both of those guards. I'm gonna walk a few steps there instead of dashing right away because if I dash right away, that enemy will have seen me. I'll have gotten ambushed. It's not the end of the world if you get ambushed here, because at the end of the day, you need to lose on this fight anyway. So if you have lower HP, you have a higher chance of dying in like 1 or 2 turns. And that's the tutorial dungeon of the game. Now we have a force fight that we're just gonna finish in 2 turns. And a bunch of tutorials. We're gonna be introduced to town, we're gonna leave immediately, and then I'm gonna go to the first actual dungeon of the game, where we are going to basically ignore everything and just dash forward to the end. So as you can see in the minimap, there's enemies with 2 different types of icons. Some enemies have an orange circle, and some enemies have like a yellow one. The enemies with a yellow icon are inactive enemies. Even if they see you, they will not actively chase you, but you can still get encountered if you run into them, which you don't really want to do. And their positions are also changed between the first and second half of the game. So if you forget about them, it's an easy way to get an encounter. So Goldie Revival 1. I'm gonna remove Tiara from the group and then we're gonna move Fang to the back line. Now we're gonna be here a lot of times. And when I say a lot, I mean I truly mean that. So here we can extract like furies, just like swords with like fairies in them, from what I remember. From the goddess and the Balgo that have like different effects if you stab them on a dungeon. I got confused, that's not good. 2 turns of confusion? Okay, yeah, that can happen. This fight, that small mob, can confuse you and he can stun lock you to death because we only have 1 character. But since I didn't use anything, doesn't really matter. We can just get to try again. Usually this fight is not that much of a problem unless that happens. Okay, this one was pretty smooth. So the Fury that we extracted here has plus 10 physical attack and minus 10 physical magic attack. When you stab that on a dungeon, both allies and enemies will be affected by those Furies. This is called World Shaping, and we are gonna be using that a lot. So this game's combat system is basically like the Mega Dimension Neptunia V2, but it's kind of like a slightly evolved version. In this game we have an extra currency called weapon points that we can use to make our party members stronger. We can use them to unlock new skills, new magic attacks, or increase our base stats. That is also very important for this run, and weapon point routing is very important because we need specific things before specific bosses. Otherwise things can get very scary. Get a zombie turn around, that's fine. I'm gonna pick up a few SP items here. And we have our first boss fight against a Fencer. Now, most Fencer boss fights in this game have one thing in common. When you get them under a certain HP threshold, usually about 50 or 60%, they will pull out like a super strong move that will one-shot people. Now, usually that's not a problem because you have like 6 party members. Here, however, since we only have Fang, if we one-shot it, that's a big problem. So most of the routing, especially early on, is based around getting bosses to about half HP and then killing them instantly in like one attack. So that's what we're gonna do here against Ethel. I had to use an extra potion, so I'm gonna buy more after this fight is over. Oh, she missed, that's sick. So we get it to about 60%, we use a shard, we use the mid potion that we picked up earlier here, and then we're gonna burn strike her from behind, which kills her from 60 to 0, and saves us a lot of trouble, because if not she could pull an AoE attack that will one-shot Fang, and there's not really much you can do about it. So I'm gonna grab a bunch of extra potions, and we're going to the second dungeon of the game. Nothing too remarkable here, for now we're gonna be doing the same thing. Just gonna be dodging mobs and making our way to the end of the dungeon. Now, Fang's escape rate when you go into an encounter is not really the best, so if we're in an encounter, there's a good chance that we are going to die. This game, unlike B2, uses a checkpoint system. Every time you go into a dungeon or you touch a save point like I just did, the game sets a checkpoint, so if you die, you just get sent back there instead of getting sent back to the title screen and making you reload a file and all that. So for this fight, since we'll still have very weak attacks, we're basically using Shooting Slash, which is Fang's default skill. We're just gonna be spamming that until the boss dies. I got a double turn, so I'm just gonna use an SP item. And this will kill. Okay, now we get a Fury, which is called PXS, and I'm gonna give it to Fang. So what this does, well, when you equip a Fencer, a Fairy, they get a small stat boost, and they also learn skills. This one in particular, PXS, learns Fire Support, which makes fire attacks do more damage, which is pretty good, because Fang's Flame Assault and Burning Strike are both fire element, and those are like his best skills. Same as Explosion, which is his magic AoE attack. We're gonna grab a few chests here. I'm gonna grab this chest because it has a return wing and a bunch of money. And that chest that has a... oh, that's not a good spawn. I'm gonna circle around it, pick up the chest, and then move towards the boss. Touch the save point just in case. So this fight is quote-unquote unwinnable. You can actually win this fight if you are you're capped, you're level 999, you're playing on the amateur difficulty. And if you beat this fight, you basically get the trophy for getting, I don't know how much money it was, but like a few million credits. You get that trophy instantly, so that's convenient. We're going back into Goldie Revival. And we're gonna get an XP plus 30% 30, because that's gonna make some of the grinding sessions a lot shorter. And we're gonna need to grind, sadly. I tried to make the route with as little grinding as possible, but some finds are just too much of a problem without that. Gonna watch this event. Gonna sell all the dimensional clocks, and I'm gonna buy 11 meat potions, and I'm gonna buy another return wheel. So now we're gonna go back into Caticus. This is because we want to pick up a chest that's right behind where the event marker was, and since after the event the game boots us outside of the dungeon, we can't really pick it up, so we have to go through the dungeon again. But it's a pretty good accessory that gives us 55 physical defense, which will help a lot since there's a lot of bosses in this game that mainly use physical attacks. So now we got that, we're gonna stab these two furies here. So now as you can see on the top right, there's a list of shaping effects currently active in the dungeon. We have plus 30% EXP, negative minus 10% physical defense, plus 10% physical attack, and minus 10% magic attack. We're gonna use that a lot throughout the dungeon, throughout the game I mean, because some boss fights stack a lot of stats and require to be nerfed a lot in order to be winnable fights. So I'm gonna do a very small grinding section here. I'm gonna kill 5 encounters exactly, because I need weapon points to unlock Fang's Flame Assault, which is basically his best skill, his best base skill, until very much later on in the game. These fights die in 2 turns unless you get a really low damage roll. But it should be fine, it's not that common to get a low roll. Usually you can just hit them from the side with shooting slash and kill them. That's 3, we're gonna get the 4th one now. And as soon as we get the 5th one, we're gonna leave the dungeon, so my HP and SP gets reset. And then we're gonna go straight for the boss of the dungeon. Okay, so one more. Now you notice the gauge on top of Fang's icon in fights. That's the paralyzing gauge, which transforms Fang and gives him extra stats. And one of the things I'm gonna be investing a lot of weapon points throughout this run is Fury form. That's because while every other stat increase is just a flat like 10 points increase or 5 point increase if it's magic attack or magic defense, Fury form increases are percentual based, so those are a lot better compared to the flat ones. Although I'm still gonna use a few of the flat stat increases for specific things. So now we progress through the dungeon to fight the boss here. If we get an encounter, we're probably not gonna be able to escape, so I'm gonna try to touch the save point. That's not a good spot. I'm gonna touch the save point. Now I don't really care anymore if I die. Okay, that was some very good dodges. Now Granada Mall is a rather simple boss fight in this difficulty. We're just gonna spam Flame Assault from the side for the extra accuracy and damage multipliers. And we're also here when we're about like under 500 or so. Gonna have speed, gonna heal, for another boss, and that's Kira now. We're not gonna go back to that dungeon ever again. So now Harley joins and we're gonna remove her from the party immediately after. And now we need to do some preparations, so we have a gauntlet of about 5 fights in a row. So we're gonna buy this, the refresher course. This allows us to synthesize stuff. So I'm gonna buy a bunch of energy shards, which I'm going to synthesize in 3 energy crystals, because I'm gonna need the SP for this place. This is Shukeso's tower. The problem with this gauntlet of fights is that if I die at any point, then we have to start all the way back from the beginning, which is a big time loss, as you can imagine. I'm gonna attack him from the front, so I don't high roll there, just to be able to save a bit of SP. I'm gonna use a few energy shards so I can be full SP for the next fight. Because the next fight is a bit annoying, because both of these enemies can confuse Fang, and you can basically get stun locked to death that way. Ideally, I get to kill one of them before I get confused like that. And one of them is dead. Once one of them is dead, you usually don't get stun locked by only one. So yeah, we're gonna basically finish this off, and I'm gonna finish it with combos now. Because I want to save the 200 SP for the next fight. But before that, we have an extra menu we have to do, so... Gonna put 2 points on magic attack, learn Burline, because we need to learn that in order to grab explosion later on. And put another point on Fury Form. So usually when the enemies defend, I will also defend. Because I don't want to attack while they are defending, because they will take a lot less damage. This is the meme aliens. They are usually not an issue. And they die to one shooting slash. Now we have an unwinnable fight and the minions remain. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move back and I'm going to spam defend here and he'll straight up not get to me before the turn limit. And now we get the actual boss fight. Now this thing can do like 1k damage randomly for basically no reason. So hopefully that doesn't happen and it will die before memeing me not too much. That was a decent Shukeso. Now we get introduced to everyone's unique skills, to call it that way. So we're gonna go back to call the revival before we do the smoke run here. So every character has their own unique ability. Fang's unique ability is called Sirius Face, which makes its ability stronger, but they also consume more SP. But the I forgot to change party members. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe this fight. Since the game checkpoints, as soon as you go into Goldie Revival, I'm just gonna be sent back to right before choosing the Fairy, and nothing's really gonna happen. Because this game has a tendency of throwing party members back into your party whenever it feels like it. And it's easy to forget that they are there sometimes. But yeah. As long as I don't win the fight, I just take the small time loss, remove these two. And now we try again, because we want this Fairy. It gives negative physical defense to nuke enemies slightly easier. Now that's not a good formation, because I couldn't get to these things back. I'm gonna try to finish this without needing to use a SP item, although I might need to. I'd rather not if I have the choice, honestly. I'm gonna try to get it with combo. I'd much rather use an HP recovery item than use an SP1. Until we are done with the next grind, because we're gonna do a short grind now. We're gonna fight a mob 10 times. And the reason why is because it's an extremely efficient way to grind money, and that money that we're going to grind, it's basically gonna be used. It's gonna last us for like the entire run, hopefully, unless we get memed really hard. But if that happens, I have a few backup chests that I can pick up. So we're going back to Shukeso, and we're gonna go to floor 3. Now the first 3-4 floors are basically the ones that we literally just did. But since we are slightly stronger, they're gonna die a lot easier than they did earlier. Now the reason why floor 3 is so efficient to find is because every time you clear it, you get 1700 credits. I don't remember the name of the money currency in this game. I'm just gonna call it credits. So you get 1700 credits, you get high potions for free, which are 600 apiece in the store. And then you also get copper ore that you can use to craft armors that we can sell for a bunch of money. And that's basically what we're doing this grind. We don't really need the levels that we get from here. We just need the money. Yeah, we're gonna fight it this fight 10 times, because every time we kill this mob, it drops 10 copper ore, like guaranteed. It's a reward for completing the floor. Because the rewards for completing the floor are not unique to the first time you actually clear the floor. You get them every time. which is kinda weird, but I'm not gonna complain about it because it makes things a lot easier for me. And once we finish this grind, we'll probably leave the town with about 40,000 credits, which should last for the majority of the run, since we're also gonna get some free money later on. This will be free. Well, so I can take a chance to explain about mid-fight cutscenes, since those are also important. So going back to what I mentioned a few dungeons ago about fencers who after half HP pull out a super strong move that will most likely one-shot you. Some of them will just do it without any kind of tail. But a good chunk of them will pop like a mid cutscene event that will let you know that the next attack that they're about to do is a strong one. So unless they get a double turn, which they usually don't get unless you use a double turn, then they will pop the cutscene and then you'll get your turn back again. So something I will do a lot is to hit them with a super strong flame assault with fair eyes, guard break later on in the run. Then they'll pop the cutscene, and then after the cutscene we'll get another turn, so we'll throw in a burning strike or something equally strong to hopefully kill them before they actually have the chance to attack, because if they attack, we are most likely dead without much that we can do about it. That's kinda how this category goes. You either nuke things or you get nuked. Okay, so should be almost done with this. Yeah, we're basically done already. So now we're gonna sell all these items that we got. Now we're gonna synthesize 10 bronze breastplates and then we're gonna sell them. And we're going to do that until we run out of things to sell. We sell those, craft more, sell more. Basically gonna do that until we run out of them, which we just did, and as you can see we have 40,000 credits. So I'm gonna buy a lot of energy shards, and I'm gonna buy 21 mid potions. And I'm gonna craft 10 more energy crystals. And I'm gonna buy another 7 energy shards or so. And so we now go to Solaru Village, where we fight Senke, an extremely annoying boss. But hopefully we won't get memed too hard. We have another gauntlet of like a few normal encounters, but they are really not dangerous. They all die to one flame assault. And a combo or two from the back. Can you not start looking? Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna take this encounter right here. Oh, I might not need to actually, because I think I already got the challenge done. Okay, so there's a few challenges that gives you extra SP. Now, we want to complete one of them to get 20 SP for multiple reasons. And I think I have completed that. So, okay, so I'm gonna take this encounter. I'm basically going to pop Serious Face and turn it off. Turn it on, turn it off. I'm gonna do it a couple of times. So the reason why is because there's a challenge related to doing this that will give you 20 SP. And at 20 SP is the difference between being able to use 2 explosions with a single full SP bar versus using one and having to use an SP item. Okay, so that should be enough. So I'm just gonna finish the encounter. Now, Fang leaves the party. And we only have Tiara. So if I get an encounter here, I'll die intentionally. Like that. I'll just die. And then we'll have to do the movement again. Now, once we get to the event marker, Fang will rejoin the party. And then we can just continue the meme. This is the only section in God Descending where Fang will actually leave the party. Other than that, he will always be there. The other party members will all join and leave a few times throughout the run. So we touch the save point. Now we have a 1v1 against Galdo, who joined the party after this. It's a really easy one. We just move behind him, Flame Assault, and then we Burning Strike and kill him. You can just Flame Assault him twice, but I don't want to risk the range. Now this is an unwinnable fight, so we die. And then we have a force menu here, so we're gonna remove these two. We're gonna give Fang the Steel Gauntlets, we're gonna create the Fairy again. We're gonna put 1 point in physical defense and 1 point in Fairy form. And now we have Burner, no, it's not Burner, Senker one. So we're gonna Flame Assault him. We're gonna Fair Ice. I'm gonna use a High Potion to heal. I'm gonna Flame Assault him again. You can see like he's just above half. So I'm gonna Serious Phase, heal, use an Energy Shard, heal again, defend because I got a double turn, and then I'm gonna burn him, strike him from behind, which will kill him before he can do anything. Okay, we got that done. Next dungeon, Boy Valley. Now this dungeon has a dangerous boss. We're gonna fight Ethel again, but the problem is that Ethel has way too much HP. So we're not gonna be able to one-shot her after half HP, so what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna Flame Assault, hope that she doesn't nuke Fang instantly, and then I'm gonna Flame Assault to kill her. Because Ethel doesn't have any mid-fight cutscenes that we can abuse before she pulls out her super strong move. But because of that, it's not guaranteed that she will do it 100% of the time when she goes under half. There's a chance that she will do it, but it's not guaranteed, so hopefully she won't do it. As usual, I'm gonna go dodge all the random encounters. Touch the save point, just in case. Make sure I'll remove everyone from the party. Then we're going in. So I'm going to Flame Assault from behind. I'm gonna do that twice, so I'm able to Fair Ice. Then I'm gonna heal. Heal again. And I want to get her about there, should be fine. So I'm going to pop an Energy Crystal, heal, Serious Phase, and I'm going to Flame Assault. She didn't nuke, and then we're gonna Burning Strike and kill her. Okay, nice. That's basically as good as it gets for that fight. Because she can pull out a nuke super fast and just like straight up murder you. Which we obviously don't want to see. So now we're going to Sawasa Plains 1. This dungeon is the reason why we bought another return wing. And that's because we are not sent back out of the dungeon automatically once it's done. So we have to leave the dungeon manually. And going all the way back to the start of the dungeon will be extremely slow, as you can imagine. Wilo rolled on both of them, so they survived. Now usually we'll just dash forward, but I'm gonna set a checkpoint just in case I die, so that I don't have to fight those three again. Excuse me. Yeah, we don't really pick up almost any items so far inside dungeons because most of them are not really needed and are kinda out of the way. The reason why I picked up the one on Boy Valley, the dungeon that we just left, is because it's basically like a 1 second time loss, but it gives some money, potion, a mid potion if I remember correctly, and an energy shard or a crystal, one of those two. Now touch the save point again. Now the first phase of this fight is unwinnable. That's a very common theme that you'll see a lot in this game. Where you have an unwinnable fight and something happens and then you actually can win the fight. Sherman joins, we remove him instantly. Same thing with Flame Assault from behind. We Fair Ice. We're gonna heal. Okay, that was risky. I should have Shooting Slash there, but it worked out in the end. So let's heal again, and I'm gonna try to get to his back, and I'm gonna Burning Strike so he kills him. 3 cutscene, and we'll leave this place. Now we get a bunch of cutscenes. Sherman leaves the party now. We get towels for our characters that we're going to sell. Pippin joins. Watch a bunch of cutscenes. I'm gonna watch this Erin event because I'm gonna try to get her ending. The problem is that I don't remember how to actually get her ending. I did it last year and I already forgot. Okay, so we're gonna unlock this dungeon here. This dungeon, Subterranean Tower, is a horrible dungeon. It has extremely narrow corridors and a lot of enemies to dodge, and it's also extremely long. So we get an encounter, we're most likely going to die, which is gonna send us all the way to the start of the dungeon, and we have to do this again. This is where New Game Plus runs die for the people who grind that category, and it's also where you get memed a lot on New Game. So hopefully we'll get decent enemy spawns. Oh, doesn't look good. Okay. Sometimes when you dash next to a wall, or you dash like a few times in front of an enemy, the enemies just get like kinda confused and they stop chasing you, which is extremely convenient. The problem is that it's not consistent, so you have to like pay attention to see if they stop, or if they are still moving after you, and then if they're still chasing you, you have to do some wacky movement where you have to like circle around them. I'm gonna walk a few steps here because that dolphin slash shark slash whatever that is was gonna spot me. I managed to get through that before the enemy spawn. This thing's gonna see me. That's an inactive enemy, so we can just like leave it alone. It can also meme you if it moves like directly on your way while you're dashing, and it's pretty annoying, but it doesn't happen often. Walk off the ledge there. Okay, this enemy's not looking at that. That's a horrible robot, but he actually moved the other way. So we had an unwinnable fight here. However, this unwinnable fight after about 2 turns or 1 turn has a 2 turns has a cutscene that you have to skip. It's an easy way to lose time if you don't remember about it. Skip a bunch of tutorials about secondary quests that we're not going to do at any point in time. And now we go back to the shop, and now we're gonna get a few of these. And then we're gonna get a few of these as well, and we're gonna synthesize 5 more. Actually, give me 2 more. We remove Sherman, who joined back. As you can see, we're already lagging behind on levels a lot. Sherman joined back at level 19, and we're level 11. Gonna put down these 3 fairies again. I'm going to Kabare Desert now. We have 3 consecutive boss. Oh, that's not good. We have 3 consecutive boss fights here. And then we have to find the meme man himself, Bernard. If you've played this game or run this game at any moment, at any point in time, you probably hate that guy. We all do. He's extremely tanky and hits super hard. And it's a bit of a headache on speedruns. That's a lot of damage, nice crit. So for these bosses, mini boss, we're just gonna fairize and hit them from behind. I should not do that because now he's gonna, at some point in this fight, he's gonna get a double turn himself, which you usually don't want to happen. But it doesn't seem like he's gonna do it. Fireball memes for the clutch. Gonna take a small detour here to grab a better armor than the one we have because we're still using the default one. So I'm gonna use the enhancer mode. Gonna use all these potions that I haven't used to heal Fang. But then we go after the next one. So boss fight number 2. This is basically the same thing. He defends, so I'm gonna defend as well. And then I'm gonna hit him from behind. I'm not gonna take too many double turns this time, because he usually doesn't end well. I can take this one because I heal. If you get a double turn, as long as you don't use 2 skills in a row, you're usually fine. Like as long as you use an item and then attack, or just defend and then attack, or use 2 items, you'll be fine. But if you use skills twice in a row, your wait time value is probably gonna be too high, and the boss is gonna double turn away as well at some point. Okay, so going to do a new strat that I routed the other day because I got memed really hard on a practice run here. I'm gonna put another point on physical attack. This dragon is in awful position. Then now we have a double boss fight. We have this thing which is basically the same as the other two. And then we have to find Bernard. So Bernard's nuke will one-shot Fang about 90% of the time at default stats. So what I did is that I increased both physical attacks and decreased physical defense, hoping that I'll be able to nuke him before he actually nukes me. Now, is it going to go that way? That's a good question, and hopefully it will. Because this fight is absolutely horrible. So I really need to get into a very specific... Yeah, that's perfect. That's basically as good as it gets, so... Gonna max out my SP, Pairize, mid potion, and I'm just going to wait until I get a double turn. It should be now. Yes, so I'm going to Flame Assault, he pops his cutscene, and then I'm going to Burning Strike. And he died. That's amazing. So for reference, last time I did that before that strat, where I actually tried to tank Bernard's nuke. I lost 15 minutes and I had to quit the run because I just couldn't beat him. And then after about an hour and a half of trying stuff, I came up with that strat. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to try to escape. I think I'm going to die, but it doesn't really matter because we literally just going to the side. Or not, I guess. Okay, let's just heal. Now we have the last fight of the first half of the game, which is Sagi and Mariana. I want to kill Sagi as soon as possible, so I just have to focus on Mariana. So I'm gonna Flame Assault him. Pairize, and I'm gonna Flame Assault him again so he dies. Okay, now we only have to focus on one problem, which is Mariana. She can deal a lot of damage if she actually decides to, so... And one thing I hear about this game is that the pop-ups for completing challenges overlaps with your HP. So if you completed a few of them in a row, you basically can't see what's happening. Okay, she's going to nuke now, so I'm going to heal to max HP. And I'm going to also Pairize. Because of the points, because Fang has higher stats when he's Pairize, and we also invested on extra stats on Fairy Form, or Fury Form, or whatever. Now the problem is that she drains your Pairize gauge really quickly. Okay, one more. Just gonna heal. Energy Crystal, and then I'm gonna Burning Strike if I have the HP. Oh, she didn't die. Oh, thank God she didn't kill me. That could have been extremely bad. Okay, so that's the first timeline of the game. So now we're back here. In this familiar place. And we are going to do the same thing. But again, we're gonna dash through the entire dungeon. Then we're gonna fight the same mob at the end. He's just tankier. But he's still gonna die to 2 skills because we have Flame Assault. So skip the cutscenes, hit defense, Flame Assault, and it dies. And there's nothing too interesting there. Yana joins again. We're gonna remove him from the party again because we don't need her. She's level 5 because she didn't get any fixed. She didn't get fixed EXP for joining back, so he's at her base level. And we're going into Clavice Cave again to fight Ethel for the 3rd time. Oh, that's an extremely bad position. So one problem with this route is that I used a Fury with physical defense minus 10% and enemy changer. I need enemy changer later on to do a small grind, or not really small though, like a 5 to 6 minute grind at the end of the run for the final boss. That enemy changer, well, as the name suggests, it changes the enemies on the dungeon, and the problem is that in this dungeon in particular, it changes small enemies like snakes and stuff to these huge insects that are a lot harder to dodge because their hitbox is a lot bigger. So it can be a bit problematic. But I got decent spawns, so it's not too bad. Touch the save point as usual. Then the strat here is going to be the same. We are going to go behind her, Flame Assault for the extra. We go behind her for the extra damage and the extra accuracy. We Fair Ice, Flame Assault again, and then with Burning Strike. I did that too early, so she didn't die, and I also didn't get the. That's the nuke I was talking about. Somehow lived. Gonna use an energy shot and Flame Assault and finish the fight. Yeah, that was a long risk. I took a big risk there for quite literally no real reason, honestly. I thought it was gonna kill, but I should have Firebolt to guarantee the range. Now we back into Goldie Revival. Now we're going to put 3 points on magic attack, and then we're gonna get explosion. And we're also gonna get backtrack, so we don't need eject balance anymore. Now we're gonna get the double damage Fury, and not the Fury down. This is where things get spicy. When you stab this Fury in a dungeon, both enemies and party members do double damage, which allows us to do a lot of damage, but bosses also do a lot of damage as well. So fights are gonna be either extremely short, well, they're gonna be extremely short. Either we kill the bosses really quick or we die instantly. And we're gonna stand lock here, but we have so much physical defense. That's not too bad. Game, please. Stop. No! I was about to be able to move. God damn it. Well, this is interesting. Okay, there we go. I pop another explosion and everything dies except those two are going to die to that shooting slash, or maybe not. Because I misaimed one of them. Okay, we pulled that one. We're gonna have to pull out a lot of furies here. So we need physical attack plus 10%, magic attack minus 10%. Not this one. Get this one with a read. Most of these fights are gonna be rather easy because we're pretty strong now. Gonna look for the other physical attack minus magic attack plus, which is this one. I'm gonna grab with Kunes. Explosion. Double explosion and it kills. As you can see, explosion is a very useful skill for this kind of stuff. I want physical defense up and magic attack down. But we're not gonna use Kurama. We're not gonna grab with Kurama. This fight is in one hit. And now we're gonna pull out 2 fairies from the Vile God now. The amount of fairies that you pull from Vile God and Goddess determine what ending you get. But since we're already past the first timeline, it doesn't matter anymore. We're already locked into Goddess ending. So at this point I can basically grab as many furies I want from the Vile God and there's no real consequences for it. The first time you do it, Tiara and Erin just called you for doing that and told you to not do that again. So we basically just ignore their advice and we do it again anyway because it's faster this way. Alright, we grab that, and now I need this one, which is 15% extra physical defense, which we're going to use in most dungeons. Because we're gonna swap to magic for a decent part of the game, the remaining of the game. Okay, so now that that's done, gonna check. Gonna buy a few more of these. And now we're gonna have to start really abusing the wall shaping system. So I'm gonna stop this, then maybe, then sail. I think. So we go to the end of the now. This fight is kinda RNG. Because there's the actual boss, and then he has like 3 mobs, 3 ads. Now, what we want to see is that one of them adds either defense or all three of them low roll, and then the boss low rolls too. And if that happens, we basically won the fight. So we'll see how this goes. And that's not good. They did normal rolls. So I'm gonna try to salvage this. Oh, he low roll, okay. Yeah, then he crit. That's unfortunate. Okay, back in we go. We try again. Same thing, huh? Explosion on all three of them. We heal. We might have to fish for a double turn, which we will be getting soon. Okay, I'm going to Serious Face and I'm gonna Burning Strike from behind, which one-shots the boss. Like straight up from full, from 100 to 0. And now we're gonna restock. So I'm gonna buy a few of these and a few of these. And we're gonna change, for the first time in the run, we're gonna change Fang's Fury. Because we now have a better one. So we remove Tiara from our party and then we give Yura with Fang. And now what we want is the fire support +1 effect from this Fury here. If anyone has questions about the run or why I do things a certain ways, feel free to ask. Because we're about to go to grinding section. 1 HP. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, that's not good. I thought I was going to die. That is my mistake. Oh, let's try again. This fight really depends on how the enemies move. If they stay all together and they attack Fang, then this fight ends in 2 turns. If they scatter around like this, then it takes slightly long. Oh wait, they're just in range for the explosion. But he didn't get the kill. Kill the thing. Combo this one. Okay, now we have fire support +1, which stacks with Yura's fire support +3. That will also become fire support +5 at some point. So now we want this. We want EXP up. Double damage. And the change enemies. So we're gonna be here until Fang is 21. Wait, no, I don't need the enemy changing actually. We're gonna be here till Fang is 21 because we need the extra HP for the next fight, on the next dungeon. Let me remove that real quick and then put a magic attack plus here. So we're basically gonna kill that encounter, leave the dungeon, and go in again. And what I'm also going to do is that once Fang is 21, I'm going to give him Navy, which is the double damage Fury, and I'm gonna level it up. So on World Shaping, the range of the Fury's effect depends on its level. So at level 1 is like super small, then it increases at level 4, level 7 and level 10. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna level up Navy to level 4, so the range is slightly bigger and to make world shaping easier later on. Because when you have to stop like 6 Furies in one single dungeon and they all have minimum range, it becomes a bit of an absolute pain in the ass to do. Because you need to like do very small adjustments in order for them to not overlap with each other, because if they are over the range, if they are overlapping with each other, the game will let you like stop them. And it's also a dumb way to lose time. So another reason why we're grinding this is to get extra weapon points. You get 12 weapon points if you get an encounter with 4 mobs. You get 9 if I remember correctly. Yeah, 9 if you only find 3. Because we want to grab the Super Serious Face upgrade. So, well, we want to grab the Serious Face upgrade called Super Serious Face. It has 3 levels. Super Serious Face, +1 and +2. And it makes skills more expensive, but it also deals even more damage. And that is convenient, because we don't want to stall most of the fights. There's a few of them where we will need to like take our time with, because they do too much damage to use double damage on, even if you nerf those stats. But for the most part, we will use double damage. Okay, so after this encounter, I'm gonna see if I have enough. Okay, so I need 3 points in physical defense, which is only 2, really, because I already put 1 there earlier, and then I'm gonna get super serious first plus 1. Okay, so now that we have enough points, I'm going to remove Navy. I'm gonna equip Fang with Navy, and I'm gonna level it to level 4. The start I'm gonna do is basically the same, but since we have like magic attack fairies stat, then it's still gonna be a one-shot. The double damage fairy also has the additional effect of it's level 3 and it is 500 EXP, so if it should be 1 more encounter if I get 4. That's unfortunate. I go 4. I shouldn't die here because double damage is not on. But now most of them are not gonna die in 1 hit because they defended. Yep, about right. Okay, now it should be level 4. Yep, so now we're gonna equip Yura again, and then we are going to leave this place. Gonna go back to town. I'm gonna buy a few of these and 5 of these. I have enough SP items for a while. So we're gonna stop Coolness, Light, which gives physical defense, Read, which increases magic attack in exchange for physical attack, and PXS. PXS is pretty clutch for this run, because it gives a 15% increased on physical defense for everyone, and its drawback is that you cannot use healing spells, but like Fang doesn't have any healing spells, so we basically don't care about that restriction. That restriction is pretty much non-existent for us. Now, since I've stacked like physical defense and I've nerfed physical attack, these 2 mobs, this first part is unwinnable, by the way, we just have to stall. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk into them, because if you're close to them, they tend to use a physical attack that will do almost no damage, but if they get far away, like they move far away from Fang, they will use that attack, which does magic damage, and does a lot of damage. So I'm basically going to walk into them and hope that they remain in range. So I'm going to put on Serious Face. I'm going to move here, basically in front of both of them. That's not helping. Okay, that one did physical damage. Yeah, that's what I want to see. That's not what I want to see though. Physical, physical. Yes, that's what you want to see. You know, Kun explosion. Grab enough gauge to fairize for the extra stats. Now Burline. Hopefully both. No, I'm not gonna be able to hit both, so I'm gonna hit 1. Okay. Hypod. Now they're both using, this is what we want to see, they're both using physical attack, so they're doing no damage. Now we're gonna explosion, which we, well, we'll have killed one of them if I didn't weave. But this Burline should kill both. Yep. That fight is pretty inconsistent, because they can meme you hard if they actually want to. So I'm pretty happy that it worked in 1 try. Now we go back to Sawasa Plains. Gonna throw in this one, Kurama, Navy, Sail, and PXS. I'm gonna remove Harley because we just joined again. And we're going to the dungeon. This time we don't have to fight the assassins, we just have to fight Apollonius again. I'm gonna skip every item in here. Although I'm probably gonna pick up a few backup chests later on, because I have to use more items than I would have liked to on some fights. But as long as we get through the fights, that's fine. Like, money is the least of my concerns at the moment. Because worst case scenario, if we basically end up broke, I can just go back to Shukeso, one-shot the dragon there another 10 times, which will not take too long. And then I'll grab another 40k money, so yeah, that's not an issue. We heal. Serious face. Don't crit me. You high rolled. Because I was greedy and I didn't want to use a high potion. Because I thought I was gonna be able to survive that. But I didn't, so. Guard, Flame Assault. EXE. Actually, I haven't seen that one. I know the next fight against Apollonius can do that, but I've never seen this one do that attack before half. That's pretty rare. But I love this game sometimes, so that should, yeah, I should be able to survive that. I'm gonna high pot. I'm gonna Flame Assault from the front. To not push the damage for too much. And I'm gonna Burning Strike, and then I didn't do enough damage and I died. Because I didn't get his back and I hit him from the side. And I also didn't get any greens. So I did base damage. At least the retries here are not too bad. So his face, Flame Assault from the side. He's barely over half. Now we get behind him and Burning Strike. That's how it's supposed to go. Okay, now we learn backtrack just for this so we can escape from this place. And here we're gonna stab the light. Bunny Jane. I'm gonna stab Sylph. This is a small route change that I did yesterday. Then I go back here. I'm gonna buy the First Aid Manual Advanced Edition. So by buying that, we basically can craft high potions. Now, it takes 2 mid potions to craft a high potion. So you're basically saving about 200 gold every time you craft a high potion, which is a third of its price, which is not bad at all, honestly. Now we go back to... I'm gonna check there's an event on the end related to Earn. Because I don't remember to get an ending. I did it last year and I forgot about it. Okay, so we got a free combo slot, probably because of the story, so we're gonna put Holy Edge there again. And this is the first boss where I'm going to use Guard Break now. Every boss in this game, an enemy in general, has a guard gauge, and they are weak against certain type of weapons. For example, this boss is weak to swords. They're usually weak to a few different weapon types, because not all characters can learn all type of weapon skills. Some characters like Tiara, until you're in boss game, some characters like Tiara can only use like bows, her default weapon, and guns, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, for Fang only, the only thing that matters is that the next boss is weak to swords, so we're gonna use Holy Edge because it has a higher hit count. And when you guard break an enemy, you do about double damage, which also stacks with the double damage fairy for a lot of damage. I'm gonna run into that counter. Yep. That's fine. I'm gonna try to escape, and if I fail to, I'm going to turn around and fight back. Yeah, but I'm going to die anyway, I think. Yep. Unfortunate. Basically die right before the save point. Oh well, gives me more time to explain things. So yeah, when you guard break an enemy, the damage you do is basically double. The thing is, guard break, well, the boss's guard gauge will go up every time it gets a turn. After 3 turns, you have to guard break the mob again, because his gauge will be full. The thing is, for the bosses that have mid-fight cutscenes, when you trigger a mid-fight cutscene and they skip their turn, their guard gauge will not increase again. So we're gonna use that on the final boss of the game to basically lock him into spamming cutscenes, because the final boss has 3 different cutscenes. The final boss has 3 different cutscenes. So we're going to guard break it, push him to push his health HP to the threshold where it does the first one, and then we're gonna hit him again and push him to the threshold of the second one. And once we do another hit, he's basically dead. And that's kind of the idea. But for most bosses, once they get guard broken, they either die or will deal like half of their HP before their guard gauge is already up. Okay, I actually dodged that this time. The bee is literally in front of the save point. Okay, we're safe now. Now this dragon is kind of a memer. So he has like 4 different attacks and only one dangerous one, which you just saw and I accidentally pressed X. So if he uses Burn Line, which is the same magic spell that Fang has, it does a lot of damage. But if it doesn't, the damage it does is basically negligible, or whatever you pronounce that. Okay, so we didn't miss at all, so his guard should be broken soon. Now normally, Harley's unique trait to be able to like examine the enemy has an upgrade that allows you to see the boss's guard gauge. The thing is, we can't use her, so basically have to like feel when its guard is about to be broken. This is the fight I mentioned where the game throws us a random party member that we cannot remove, but it doesn't matter because Apollonius hates Fang, so he will only attack Fang until he's dead, and then he'll swap targets. Now I'm gonna... Yeah, that didn't do much damage. I didn't do this track correctly, so it's time to improvise. So I'm gonna do that. Is that enough damage? It should be. So I'm gonna move behind him, I'm gonna Birth3. And it was not enough damage, so he's gonna do a cutscene. But Fang got another turn luckily enough. Because if he didn't get that turn, he was dead. And I really don't want to fight the dragon again because I hate him. Okay, we'll look at that. Gonna buy more meat potions and I'm going to buy a stack of energy shards. And I'm gonna craft more high potions and I'm gonna craft energy crystals. I like to have like a few random shards, mostly because that way it doesn't mess up with my menuing, and also for very specific cases where I only need just a tiny bit of SP. So we're gonna stab that, stab Navy, and stab PXS. There are 3 cutscenes. Oh yeah, I have to remove Harley before I forget. And here we fight Senke again. This time it's extra annoying. So the idea is similar to what we did in the first timeline to fight him. Basically gonna push him to close to half, then use Explosion and use Burn Line to finish him off. Okay, so we kill the random ad. Okay, I'm gonna Flame Assault, please don't kill me, thank you. Now we're gonna Fair Eyes, use an Ultra Potion, and then with the extra turn we're gonna Super Serious Face. Now we hit him with Explosion. We heal again. We pop an Energy Crystal. Now we're gonna Explosion, he's gonna do his cutscene thing, and then we're gonna Burn Line and kill him. And that's Senke too. So back to Bui Valley for the last time in this run. And this is the last time we actually fight Ethan, I promise. So the idea is basically the same thing, honestly. Funny J, Reed, Navy for the double damage, and then PXS. Now everyone rejoins the party, so we have to remove them again. Now we're gonna make our way through the dungeon. I'm gonna pick up the same chest as I did earlier. This time he has 2 high potions, if I remember correctly. So it's a good 1k credits I just saved, and some menus, so I'm just gonna pick them up, because they're basically in the way. Now, if I remember correctly, I can't really one-shot her from over half, and I'm going to try. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna do the same thing I did on the first timeline, with I'm just gonna push her under half, and then I'm gonna hope that she doesn't nuke, and then I'm gonna do my thing. Okay, so Flame Assault from behind. We're gonna heal, defend, Flame Assault from the side. Oh, that's a lot of misses. You really don't want to see that, honestly. Yeah, we're gonna lose our transformation next turn, so I'm gonna not do anything. I'm gonna Flame Assault her. Now she's gonna get pushed under half. I cannot fair ice, that is not good. So I'm just gonna have to hope that she decides to play nice. Oh, I lost the road. Okay, that's really unlucky. She survived with like a pixel of HP. Kinda forgot that I'm supposed to use magic here as well, after fair icing. Nice crit. But that's fine, we see this face. We hit her with the explosion. We shooting slash. Wanna shooting slash again. Crystal. Heal. And then I'm gonna explosion. Hope that she doesn't do the thing. And then burning strike, and I hit her from the front so I did no damage. I wanna use the explosion as soon as I can again. Okay, yeah, that works. Now we need 10k gold that we don't have, so we're gonna lose all the accessories that we got randomly through the game and from chest. And also sell all the extra outfits that we got. Ethel's outfit from the first timeline, because she's now using a different one, sells for 20,000 gold, which makes that money gate non-existent because you can just like sell that. Remove Ethel. I'm doing this a bit too early. Actually, do we have Sigurd here? Yeah, we have Sigurd. I can just do this now. So we're gonna grab EXP plus 30% and Seal with Sigurd. Now, what Seal does is that when that effect is on in a dungeon, physical skills cannot be used, so you can only use magic ones. We're gonna use that to make Mariana slightly easier. Okay, we grab that, and now we go back to Subterranean Tower. This time is even worse than on the first timeline, because this time we're gonna use Navy for double damage because we actually have to fight a boss in here. Oh, I saw the message. Don't go finish too quickly because you're not home yet. I mean, so far I'm about 4 minutes behind PB, and this run is going a lot better than I was expecting it to. So there's a good chance that I might finish like 20 minutes underestimate unless I get mean really hard. But if I finish too early, I'll just like run New Game Plus or something. Because the thing with this category, with the round that I made... Oh no, that's not good. Is this death? I wanna turn around. I don't think I can escape in time. Yeah, that doesn't kill. Yeah, that's death. So, well, something about this category is that if the game is really feeling like memeing you, you can spend like 10 minutes stuck on a boss without much you can do about it. But that's just how it is. I think I'm gonna lose another 40 seconds here, but that's fine. Not really in a hurry. Yeah, it's a good quote. Why do you have to spawn Luke in my way? Oh, that's a lot of damage, my god. Yeah, not gonna escape, huh? Okay, let's go. The third try is the charm, hopefully. As you can see, navigating this dungeon is a horrible experience. If you were doing a regular any percent run, you will just use Ethel to run away, because Ethel is super fast. So she can run away from like most encounters without any single issue. And worst case scenario, I think Harley has a spell to instantly escape fights from what I remember. Don't quote me on that though. It's been a while since I actually used Harley for anything. Yeah, basically, Fang is basically like trying to escape with Noir in her story on B2. Something that you try with a lot of copium on your body and hope for the best. And the best doesn't usually happen. In fact, when I got an encounter on Krabice Cave at the start of the run, I was 90% sure I was going to die, but he somehow escaped. Okay, we're at the halfway point of the dungeon. dash before the enemy spawns. That bird is not in a good position. Okay, what are you gonna do, bird? You have to... On my way! This game. Oh, you actually scared, okay. The Christmas miracle in summer. This enemy is not inactive anymore. Gotta be careful with that. Because if you forget about it, that's an easy encounter. I don't like this spawn either. Just gonna jump in the corner. Okay, drop off the ledge. Walk a few steps, because this thing's gonna see me. And then dash away from him. These two gave me a good spawn. That's the save point, just in case Pippin decides to leave me. Okay, so Pippin. He can do that and do 3000 damage to you. But hopefully he won't. And he will just do that, that's 1k. So explosion. And then explosion. Crystal. But serious face. And we're gonna basically spam explosion into Berlin for the rest of the fight and hope for the best. The problem is that the best... Oof. Yeah, should be, but doesn't usually happen. Okay. That's done. No, I forgot to remove Pippin here. Okay, I'm gonna have to wipe this and it's going to take a while. I always forget about this one, it's always this one. This sucks. Yeah, we're basically gonna stall here for like an hour at this point. So okay, it's time for Maren to go home. So I don't end up too far ahead of schedule. And now that I said that, I'm probably gonna get memed super hard by Paiga. Stop resisting. Let's get Pippin to die. And now that he's dead, I just finished the fight, honestly. Because like, this fight is basically a joke. You just use explosion once, you fairize, use explosion again and they are all dead. That's literally it. Okay, so I'm gonna buy more potions. And then 60 potions. I'm gonna make a ton of these. Buy a bunch of those. Craft high potions. Buy another stack of mid potions and craft more high potions. I know that this, like, doing the menus like this is a bit annoying, but it's a necessary evil to make our money last as long as possible. Okay, up ahead we have a very painful fight. Remember the 3 bosses that we fought here on the first timeline, where we're gonna have to fight them all at the same time now. So the idea here is to position yourself in a way where 1 or 2 of these enemies are body blocking each other. So they don't have to, so you don't get hit 3 times in a row. Because some of them have a chance to randomly hit you for over 1000 damage like that. That guy created for 1.8k. And if that happens, then you're pretty screwed. Okay, I'm gonna go into town after I do this menu. Light, Sigurd, Kuraman, PXS. I'm gonna go in town, remove Pippin, leave town, and that sets a checkpoint there so I don't have to do that menu again. Okay, let's try this one more time. This fight and the Yanderins fight later are both extremely painful, and this fight is basically the reason why I crafted a lot of ultra potions. So I can go back to 4000 HP if I actually need it. Okay. Crystal for SP. I'm gonna hypot. I'm gonna move here and I'm gonna serious phase. Nice. Borderline, because I don't have SP for 2 explosions, and then I'm going to explosion. Use explosion. Ultra Potion here. That's not good. Gonna go for a Crystal. And then I'm gonna move back here and heal again. Yeah, this is basically... I don't trust that HP. This is basically the idea for this fight. Now that two of them defend, then we attack. And now that they attack, we heal. Explosion. I shouldn't have done, I should have healed my speed. Because if you SP... No, you shouldn't have done that, no. Okay, if your SP goes low enough, then Serious Phase turns off by itself. And that means that you need to turn it on again. And then you're wasting a turn doing that. Okay, so... Yeah, one died there. And after the explosion, only one should be alive. Maybe not. Please don't, please don't, please don't. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna go for the burn line. I'm not gonna finish that one with combos because their defense is too high. So I'm just gonna use burn line from the side. Okay. They died. It was quite the messy fight, but they died, and that's basically all that matters at the end of the day. I tried to route that fight to use double damage, but it's extremely hard to do, because if one of them does the attack where they do like over 1000 damage, that's like 70% of your HP bar with double damage. So it becomes a lot more scuffed and RNG based, and you don't really win that often. So we don't have any more boss fights here, we just have a cutscene, so just watch the thing and then leave. And now we go to Lusamundo Ice Cave to fight Mariana. I'm gonna pick up 1 or 2 extra chests here for the money just in case. I'm gonna put Seal, so Mariana does less damage. Read, Navy, and then PXS. Okay, so we are extremely under level. Like when Pippin joined, he was like high, like 40, and we're like 27. Yeah, 29 because of the extra XP, but like we're about 12 levels below the level that we should be at the moment. Oops. Dash here. Gonna pick up an extra chest here that I don't usually pick up. But it's a marathon, so I don't want too many memes happening. That's an extremely low roll. I'm pretty sure that chest can give you over 4000 credits. Credits? No, gold. Over 4000 gold, and I got 2700 gold. Okay, Mariana too. So first phase is unwinnable, but the HP that you have carries over to the second one. So gonna defend 3 times, and then I'm going to heal to max HP. Okay, so Sagi can do that and do a lot of damage. Sagi, can you not? Do the usual thing. Oh my god. It's doing way more damage than you should. Okay. That's gonna kill him in 1 hit. Explosion. The reason why I turn around when using explosion is that the way the positional damage, bonuses of damage in this game work is very scuffed. Like, you don't need to be at their side or like behind them in order to do extra damage. Your character just needs to be looking that way when you're attacking. So if I turn around like this, I'm doing the bonus damage from attacking from behind, even though I'm not actually behind. That also works on Mega Dimension. You can test that out with basic combos. This is also used with Tiara's Maelstrom a lot too on the regular speedruns. But yeah, that's Lusamundo too. Very decent fight, excluding a rather rough start. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting near an ending, because I'm pretty sure you should be having another event now. Well, you hate to see. Okay, so inverted tower. Now inverted tower is literally the same thing as subterranean tower. But as you guess, it's inverted, so we actually go up now instead of going down. Very original name and all that. But this time we're not using double damage, so we have a slight chance of surviving if we get into the counter. Oh, I ran into that. I wanted to dash further to the right. Let me out, let me out. Thank you. This enemy is inactive, so I can just ignore him. So yeah, since it's inverted, we actually go up now instead of going down. That's an extremely bad spawn. Why is everyone looking like their own way? But that's a beat, that doesn't matter. Those mobs have like 360-degree vision. Well, this one B2, and I'm pretty sure this one's do as well. But I'm not that sure. Ah, the bird's looking the other way, thank you. Active enemy. But yeah, this dungeon and subterranean tower is where runs go die. It's the easiest way to lose a run without a boss fight being involved in any shape or form. I'll kill you. Oh, that bird is too. Oh, he didn't aggro though. I'll try to finish soon, Ox, so you can go nap. Okay, that was a decent inverted tower. Now, I'm going to heal. Yeah, I'm out of mid potions, so I'm not try more. And I'm gonna invest a bit on magic defense. Oh yeah, also restreaming his rank. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry, Ox, there's not much I can do. Okay, so the Yanderins. These three are pretty dangerous and do a lot of damage. So I'm gonna try to snipe one at a time with physical attacks. Most of their damage is magical, but like the physical attacks also do a lot of damage. So the idea here is basically the same thing as the fight on Kabare. We want to make them body block each other so we don't get hit by 3 of them on every single turn. And we also want to snipe one of them as soon as possible. Because if one of them is dead, that's a lot less damage than we take. Okay, I'm gonna Fair Eyes. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna Shooting Slash to kill this one. Okay. Now things are gonna be slightly easier. But we shouldn't get too confident because even though there's only 2 left... Oh no, that's not good. Even though there's only 2 alive, they still can kill you really easily. If they crit like that. Okay, when that one didn't defend. I can't see my HP because the challenge is on the way. Okay, I'm gonna try to kill this one. Yep, that worked. And now we go behind this one. I'm gonna heal. I usually don't heal like that, but you never know. And I'm gonna finish him off with combos. Please die? Question mark. Okay, yeah, since we lost Fair Eyes, our damage is absolute ass now. So I'm gonna pop an energy shard, use a Famous Hold and kill him. Okay, so items, a lot of them. I need them, so it's time to grab a bunch of those, 2 of those. I'm gonna grab 10 of these. I'm gonna grab more high potions. I'm gonna buy a few energy shards so my muscle memory for menuing doesn't get screwed. And now we have Paiga. I'm gonna invest in combo +1. And I'm gonna get Super Serious Face +2. Because I should have gotten this a while ago from what I remember. That was... Oh yeah, this is why... Okay, that's why Ethel wasn't dying because I didn't have that. Yeah, that makes sense now. So we're gonna put combo punch on all 3 slots because Pyga is weak to Knuckles, and then I'm gonna throw 10 points on. Well, I'm gonna put 1 level in range. So throwing Kunis, Greed, and BXS. This is the shortest dungeon in the game for God Assembly. Just turn around this corner, go up here, and the event marker is already there. Touch the event marker, touch the bird. So Pyga, we can't use double damage here because it does a lot of damage, so instead we're gonna use regular combos and we're gonna guard break him. And after he's guard broken, we're gonna use explosion. Well, that's a lot of misses, so I'm gonna do an extra combo before going into Fair Eyes. Okay, yeah, that should be good enough. So I'm gonna high pot, I'm gonna activate that, I'm gonna combo, he gets guard broken, and I'm gonna explosion from behind. That's 1 turn, I'm gonna heal, and then I'm gonna use burn line, and that's about half of his HP. I think I have 1 more turn, so I'm gonna flame assault him. So he's almost at the HP threshold for popping his cutscene, so that's gonna happen on the next time because oh, nice double turn, my guy. That's unfortunate, but oh well. Mostly my fault. At some point I probably attack with a double turn, which is a no. Okay. Oh, 1 HP. Ultra potion. I'm not sure if he's gonna get broken, honestly. I turn around accidentally. You don't want to give the enemies your back, because you're gonna take extra damage if you do. Guard breaking. Guard breaking. There we go. 1 turn, 2 turns, but I still have time to use the explosion from behind. Now his guard is already up again, so I'm gonna turn off the thing. And I'm gonna use combos. Most of them missed. Combo again. Ultra potion. Combo again. I think I can do 1 more combo. Yeah, okay. Next combo should guard break him. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flame assault a few times from behind to build Fair Eyes gauge, and at the same time I'm gonna build up my SP and my HP. Okay, so now we go into Fair Eyes. We go Ultra Potion, we pop Sirius Face, we heal, we guard break him, we guard break him. Now we're gonna have Explosion, we're gonna heal again. I didn't want to do that. Okay, his guard's already up. Next guard break should probably kill him, theoretically. Yeah, this fight is very heavy on resource usage, because you waste a lot of potions fighting this guy. That's a lot of misses. I don't like that Fang's missing that much. I think in 2 combos his guard's gonna be broken. It's hard to tell. Yeah, okay. Guard breaking, explosion, and then I'm gonna burn him, strike him from behind, and then he's dead. You wanna finish him off with the burning strike and not use that any earlier, because if you use it early, then he's gonna attack you anyway with a nuke, and you don't have the HP to survive. Because burning strike uses both HP and SP. So yeah, something to keep in mind. I'm gonna craft 4 of these. And I'm gonna make sure I have max type potions. Okay, so Golly Revival. 1 last time for this run. We want physical attack minus 10%, a magic defense plus 10%. I'm gonna use Blaze. Wait, hold up. Do we have anyone else? No, okay. So physical attack minus 10% and magic defense plus 10%. It's gonna be an easy fight. I'm gonna die in 1 hit. Now one physical attack plus 10% my attack minus 10%, which is this one. I'm gonna use Undyne. I think I'm gonna have to use an SP item for this encounter. Yep. Or maybe not. If they align, well, I might be able to just kill them with combos. Yeah. Our stats are very boosted when we went to Paralyze form, so combos do a lot of damage. Okay, so last farm grinding of the run. This farming is only needed for the final boss. Like, you can kill the other two bosses in Stairway to Heaven without needing to do this grind, but the last boss does way too much damage, so gonna put down double damage, 10% physical defense, boost magic a bit, and then we want extra XP, both of them, so we get an extra 60% XP, and then we want more magic attack. Okay, so did I put the enemy changer? No. I always forget about that one. So I'm gonna remove this, I'm gonna put down the enemy changer. So this soldier over here, you can fight 3 or 4 of them at the same time. They give a lot of EXP. So I'm gonna use explosion on that from behind. Don't kill me, please. Thank you. Gonna use an explosion, it's gonna kill me. Look how much EXP they give. That's 14,000 EXP, which is enough to like level up with one fight. If you get 4 of these guards, like this fight, you get about 19,000 EXP. So I'm gonna grind until like level 42 or so. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. Unlucky. There's a bit of RNG involved when you're like lower levels, because we're gonna go from 32 to about 42 here. But once your Fang's levels are a bit higher, it's not that bad. Fights against 3, you can always win them. The problematic ones is the one with 4. But the good thing is that since we're also gonna use this encounter to level up a few Furies for world shaping on the last dungeon, when you, with these EXP modifiers, when you fight 4 of them, nice crit, when you fight 4 of them, you get, well, they go from level 1 to 7 in just one encounter, which is pretty useful. I'm gonna try to use explosion from here so I don't get hit by all of them. Okay, this should kill the encounter. Yeah, look at the EXP. It's like 19,000 EXP. Big stonks. So he's 35. Once I'm level 40, I'm going to start doing start leveling few fairies. This one might not die. Oh yeah, he didn't defend. I thought he defended. If they defend, they won't die into explosions. This is how it is. But like the first explosion doesn't really matter that much, because the first explosion is mostly to build paralyzed gauge, so we can transform and then kill them in the next turn. This one might be this car. So I'm gonna move to this edge, use explosion. Now 2 of them can't reach me. I'm gonna use explosion again and kill them all. Yeah, you can beat Mariana and Bernard too in the very low 30s. With basically the same strats. The problem is the final boss, because his damage is too high. Okay, we're level 37. You're already leveled up 5 times. Okay, that one doesn't reach. Explosion again, they dead. This guy also gives a bit of weapon points, but in this case, weapon points is not that big of an issue. Like, I already have everything I need for this run. The extra weapon points that I'm going to get from grinding decent contra. I'm gonna throw into range for the final boss later. I will put one more point into Fang form. Explosion. Don't crit, thank you. Yeah, as you can see, one encounter is way over half of your EXP gauge, even at level 39. This also gets Yura to level 10, although I think she reaches 10 now, regardless, on the stairway to heaven. Okay, we should be 40 now. Yep, so I'm gonna equip light, and I'm going to do the same thing. My level is now high enough so that I should be able to survive fighting them, even without Yura's extra damage. Yep, that gets her to level 7, so now we're going to equip Undying. This one might be a bit raw. Depends on if every guy can attack. Okay. She gets to level 7 too. And then for marathon safety, to not get me too much, I'm also gonna do this with Blaze. And then I'm gonna level up maybe to 7, and then we're basically done with this. And we can just go finish the game. Fight the boss here, then go into Stairway to Heaven. We're gonna have to re-enter Stairway to Heaven 3 times, because we need different Furies world shaping setups. So I'm gonna remove Navy. So this fight is gonna take like 1 extra turn. Equip it. And now after this far, Fang's gonna be 42, Navy's gonna be 7. But we don't have double damage anymore. So explosion. Another bonus of doing this grinding is that you get a lot of maximum MP because you level up a lot of times. Get this with combos. That should be level 7. Yep. Okay, so we're basically done here now. I'm gonna re-equip Yura. And we're actually gonna fight the boss this time, so... Goodness, Light, Reed, Navy. As you can see, it's a lot easier to do that now. I'm gonna go back to Holy Edge, because this boss is weak to sword and has a lot of HP. Now, something that sucks about this boss, besides the fact that it's way too tanky, is that it can inflict an status ailment that prevents you from fair rising. So our damage is gonna be a lot lower unless we get extremely lucky, and that doesn't really happen too often. And it can also confuse Fang. So yeah, it's a big pack of memes. Oh boy. Is this death? Maybe not. Gonna heal to max. Gonna turn on Serious Face, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be guard broken soon. Yep. No! That's I'm going to die. Okay, so we basically lost an entire window of damage because it just so happened to confuse Fang right when it got guard broken. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I don't have super Serious Face, so it's not gonna do that much damage, but I'm still gonna attack it anyway. Oh boy, this is death. Yep. This boss is easy unless he starts like stun locking you by doing that. Oh, that's very rare. Well, doesn't matter. Yeah, wouldn't have mattered anyway. Okay, that's more normal, where you like miss 5 million attacks. Serious Face, med. Next turn it should be guard broken. Yup. We can't Feralize when I hit him with Explosion. And I would love to hit him. Well, I can probably. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with the Flame Assault. An Energy Crystal. Nice accuracy. Not so good accuracy. Please don't confuse Fang. It's gonna be guard broken after this turn, I'm pretty sure. No, he missed twice. But we got broken now. So now it's Explosion. They can attack with Explosion again. This is an unwinnable fight, so we just die. Could have done that since the beginning, Sherman, and saved me a few turns. But oh well, whatever. Yeah, I didn't get Kevin sending. You hate to see. So, final fight against Mariana. Yakunas, Light, Sacred Kurama, Greed, and then Navy for double damage and PXS. I put 3 points on Fury Form. For more stats. And now we have the mean parkour section now. You played this game and you probably know about the parkour section here. I'm not good at doing parkour. Also, we get the best ring we can get at this point of the game with our DLCs here. The Chosen One's ring. Yeah, this parkour section is horrible. Especially the last jump. The last jump is the worst. And I complain about the last jump, but I messed up an easy one. I'm gonna have to do this 3 times because of 2 main reasons. We need 3 different Fury setups for wall shaping for all 3 bosses. And there's no save points between fighting Mariana and fighting Bernard. So if I didn't leave the dungeon and I just proceeded onwards, and I died to Bernard, I will have to fight Mariana again. I'm not sure why there's no save point in between those 2, but not much can do about it. Because we stack a lot of physical defense nerfs, the guards do no damage, and Mariana herself doesn't really do that much damage either. So I'm gonna spam Explosion. This fight's over after the half point of an HP gauge. So basically you're gonna do the same thing here, but in this phase she's more dangerous, she can actually do damage. The guards don't though, the guards are kinda pointless. The guards are gonna be used for free Fair Ice gauge basically. Hit her with Explosion, pop the cutscene, heal to max HP to not die instantly. Pop a crystal, and now we're gonna explosion, and she's gonna die. Okay, so Galdo and Ethel join the party, we remove them, we leave, we take out everything. Now we start a different setup. Where's Kurama? Read. Blaze, Navy, BXS. Do we have enough items for this? I think so. So this time I'm buffing physical defense by a lot and nerfing physical damage a lot. The reason why is because Bernard 2 hits extremely hard. And he's also very tanky. So we're gonna rely on guard break to kill him. Also, since there's no save point, if I die to him, we're going all the way back to the entrance. We don't have to find Mariana again though, because I left the dungeon to set a checkpoint. But it's still a climb that takes like 1.5 million / 2 minutes to do. Add 30 seconds to down for every time you mess up the parkour. Walk a few steps to dodge that. This insect is always looking this way. Like, you never see that insect being in a good spot. This thing is inactive, just don't run into it. Gonna take a small detour to the left to get an upgraded armor. The Brave armor. So, Bernardine. We want to Flame Assault them to get enough gauge to Fair Ice when we need to. And then what I'm going to do... Oh, that's a lot of damage. I'm gonna Ultra Potion. And then I'm gonna start using Explosion to lower his HP. High Potion. High Potion. High Potion. Stop doing more damage and I'm healing. Okay, gonna... Nice. I'm gonna attack him, but I don't want to push his HP too much. I'm gonna use one more Flame Assault. One more. A Shooting Slash. Okay, yeah, that's good enough for what we need to do. Pop a Crystal. Heal again. Now it's time to start working on guard breaking him. We're missing a lot. I'm gonna guard a few times because I need to have... And I'm gonna turn off that, and I'm gonna do that. We really don't want to trigger his event earlier. That's a death sentence, basically. Okay, now that we can Fair Ice, I'm gonna transform. Turn off Serious Face again. High Pot. Guard breaking. And now, Explosion looking at the side. You can see how much damage it does. An Explosion again, and then he's dead. We leave, and now it's time to restock for the final time. And at this point, since I don't really care about money, I'm not gonna do the crafting thing. I'm just gonna buy stuff with what I have. 16. How many Ultra Potions? I have 30 Ultra Potions and 16 Crystals. Yeah, I'm chilling. So it's a lot more money than I usually have by this point. So Light, Kurama, no, not Kunas. Kurama. Can't read my own notes. Sylph. Navy. Undying. Blaze. And PXS. So now we're buffing physical defense a lot, and we're nerfing magic attack a lot. So I'm gonna put 4 points into range, and then the 60 remaining points I'm gonna throw into physical attack. And one, I don't even have points or anything else. So the reason why is because the final boss, Valgol Sherman, he has a long range magic attacks, and then he can do a point blank AoE that does physical damage. So the problem is that his magic attacks and his physical attacks both do a lot of damage. So the idea is to nerf his magic attack and stay as far away from him as possible. This way he will not use his point blank AoE, because his point blank AoE is like one shot anyway. Even if you don't use double damage here, his point blank AoE still lasts like about 5.5k damage or so. So it's gonna kill you anyway. So we nerf his magic attacks, and then we're gonna try to guard break him and then kill him in 2 turns. That's basically how it's going to go. The birds looking this way. Oh, the insects actually not. Well, never mind. Ooh, that was close. Luckily, there is an actual save point before Valgol Sherman. So, dying is not the end of the world. This is not good. Okay. Get through, dash to the right, dodge the mob. This dungeon is just basically a reskinned inverted tower with like slightly different blobs. But basically the idea is the same thing. Oh boy, the bird. Yeah. Should be fine. I have the stats to survive. I'm just gonna try to run away. Oof. No, please, no. Thank you. I got poison. I have an antidote laying around. I don't even know what I grabbed it. Wait, why can't I use the antidote on Fang? What's happening? Is that a battle only thing? Oh well, it doesn't really matter. Well, it shouldn't matter. That's the save point for a checkpoint, and then we go to the final gauntlet of bosses in this game. Yeah, the birds. I hate them. When I do that, I'm gonna flame assault again, trigger his thing, die because I did the strat wrong. I was actually supposed to serious face there. So it's well deserved. So as you can see, that nuke that Sherman did 26,000 damage, so good luck surviving that. Why are you being like this, Sherman? You usually die the same way every time without giving me any extra trouble. Now you're gonna pop 2 events and then you're going to die. So Tiara joins. She's still level 5. We remove her from the party. This is unwinnable, so we just die. Now the next one is also unwinnable, but the HP that we have is carried over to the actual fight, so I'm gonna move back and start guarding. Do you really have to do that? That's not good. That shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so from really far away, we're gonna use combos. Kinda like this. When we get this low, we just pop a ultra potion. Okay, should be guard broken soon TM maybe. So I'm going to hit him with a flame assault to a few of them. Probably 2. Because I want... Oh, he missed. So depending on how many hits you Fang lands or misses from the flame assault, your Phalanx gauge either increases or decreases. Okay, that should be good enough. So, that, heal, serious face, use another ultra potion. I'm going to use an energy crystal. He's gonna get guard broken next turn, I'm pretty sure. No, because we missed. This one should be the one TM. Yeah, there we go. It was like one attack away. So I'm gonna flame assault. He's gonna trigger a cutscene. Why? What? Why did you get a second turn? That's not supposed to happen. That's the first time he's gonna second turn there. I think it's because I attacked with a double turn at some point. With these longer fights, it's kinda hard to keep track of every single double turn that you've done. Remove Tiara again. Oh well, my estimate is really generous anyway, so doesn't really matter if I die. Yeah, I used that sounds alright. Card again. You have healed. iPod. That's a lot of misses. Can we not miss this much? I guess not. I'm gonna use another round of combos and then I'm gonna go for Fair Eyes. Well, I don't think it's gonna get guard broken another set of combos. Well, Fang missed most of those Flame Assault hits. Flame Assault hits 32 times, not 23 times by the way. So you can either boost your Fair Eyes gauge like almost maximum, like one attack, or you can decrease it to like extremely low levels. There we go. That took way longer than I needed to. I might get a AoE here. I did not. You'd love to see it. Okay. Do that. Do that. Guard. Oh, he guarded too. I don't know how this affects the turn order action. Nice misses. Okay, so Burning Strike. Don't attack. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Burning Strike again. Trigger his thing again. He would have died usually there. But he didn't because my Fang form ran out right at the end, so. But yeah. I forgot to say time, actually. But yeah, the run's over. I thought I was not gonna hit the range. But, well, that's basically Fang only for ADF. It's a meme run, honestly. It's a pretty meme run because you have to work around dodging a lot of nukes. Yeah, I thought I was gonna die if I'm being honest with you, Fresh. Because when I lost the Fair Eyes, I was like, whoop, this is it. This is it for me. But yeah. It's a 153.07. It's alright. I ended up really quickly compared to my estimate. Yeah, I forgot. I thought, honestly, this run didn't go too bad. Excluding a bunch of meme death on subterraneans and stuff, it wasn't too bad for what this run usually is like. But yeah, this is just a giant meme that you can run if you want to test your luck. If you're feeling lucky, then just run this category and hope that you land every single range. But yeah, thanks for watching the run. Hopefully it was a fun twist to the usual ADF that is run every year in this marathon. So yeah, thanks for watching and stay tuned for Endeavor's Mega Dimension, no Mega Dimension, that's not yet. The Mega Dimension run using only the Shrimp Girl. So yeah, thanks for watching and enjoy the marathon.